So yes, let's start. Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. In this live stream, we are going to talk about the important planets and conjunctions for Aquarius Ascendant. Let's talk about that. So the first thing we look for are the Kendra houses. The Ascendant is ruled by Saturn. Then we have the conjunction of Venus here. Venus is ruling the fourth house, not conjunction. Then the seventh house is ruled by Sun, and the 10th house is ruled by Mars. Okay, so these are the Kendra houses. And what are the trinal houses? Trinal houses are 1, 5, and 9. So what are the planets ruling that? So Saturn again ruling here. And then we have the Mercury. Then we have the Venus. Okay. So these are the important planets and lords to look out for. Okay. So any conjunction of these trinal and Kendra house lord will be important for Saturn, for Aquarius ascendant. And if you look at this, let's talk about a few of the conjunctions. Let's say we have Saturn plus Venus here. Now what's happening? Saturn is the first lord and Venus is the 10th lord, 9th lord. So 9th lord conjunct the ascendant. See, it is conjunct with this and this conjuncts here. But guess what? Saturn is also ruling the 12th house. So two Kendra houses are involved and one trinal house is also involved. And Venus is also ruling the 4th house of Kendra. So three of the Kendra houses and one trinal house is connected here. And you might be surprised that whether this Saturn will give good result for the Aquarius ascendant, or will it be challenging because it is ruling the 12th house. So the Saturn will give good result for Aquarius ascendant. Why? Because it is now ruling the Lagna. When a planet is ruling a Lagna, it becomes the most benefic planet for that Lagna, no matter what house it rules. Okay. So for Saturn, it is ruling the 12th house as well, yet it is ruling the Lagna. So Saturn will be a good planet for Aquarius ascendant. Now the most important planet for Aquarius ascendant is the Venus. Why Venus? Because Venus is ruling the 9th house, trinal house, and a Kendra house. So there's a standalone placement of Venus or association of Venus with any of these planet will be considered as a great yoga, will be a great Raj Yoga by placement. Okay. Suppose you have Venus placed into any of these houses. Let's say you have Venus placed in here or here, or in ascendant. It will be a great combination. And if it is associated with any of the trinal lord, other trinal lord, then it will be even better. Like in the earlier conjunction we talked about Saturn plus Venus. Let's add if we have Mercury also here. What's happening now? Now Mercury is also the trinal lord, but it is also the eighth lord. Okay, now the interpretation will change. Okay, let's see, let's assume if we have Venus plus Mars here. Now what's happening? Now the lord of the lord of the seventh, lord of the ninth, conjunct the lord of the 10th, right? So the 10th and the ninth lord conjunction is, you know, the best conjunction for any of the lagna. Always remember. We talked about the Scorpio, wherein we talked about Sun Moon conjunction, or in Venus Mercury conjunction. It works great. So for Aquarius ascendant, a Venus Mars conjunction will be the best conjunction because it is ruling the Kendra and the trine of the ninth, 10th, the most powerful Kendra house and the most powerful trine. Okay, now let's go to the live chat and see, do we have any questions? Jenny, will you do series for D9? Yes, we will do D9. We have not even talked about D9 in a single video. We'll talk about that at length. We'll have a separate series on D9. It will come. Priya Kumari, good morning, sir. Yes, good morning. Anidnya Saha, I have Jupiter, Sun, Saturn conjunction in the 8th house in Virgo. Jupiter, Sun, Saturn. Let's see what's happening here. Jupiter plus Saturn plus Sun. Now, Jupiter is ruling the 2nd house and the 11th house, is conjunct the 1st and 12th, and is conjunct the 7th house. So it is going into the, it is not connected with any of the trinal lord. See, you will see the connection of these two, 1 and 7 conjunct here, 2 and 11 conjunct here, along with the 12, but there is no involvement of 1, 9. But guess what? The 1st house, Saturn, is also the trinal house. So it has the involvement of trinal house in the form of Saturn. And when you have these many planets into the 10th house, into the 8th house, what it shows is, it is, first you have to look for the lords which are coming in here, and you also have to look for the association of planets. Like suppose if you have 10th lord is into the 10th house here, Mars is here, if you have Mars plus Venus here, and you have this combination, okay, so it will help you in gains, because 8th house, what I see it as the 11th house, the house of gains for your career. Okay, but it is also the ups and downs in your career. And one more important thing happening here is the 12th lord is going into the 8th house, and when the 12th lord goes into the 8th house, it becomes the Viparit yoga. Remember, when we have any planet lords of 6, 8, 12 in 6, 8 or 12 is Viparit yoga, Viparit Raj yoga. Viparit Raj Yoga. Okay. In this case, we have the Lord of the 12th going into the 8th. So it is creating a Viparit Raj Yoga. So it will give you good results with a challenge, with a Viparit situation. Viparit is unusual or challenging. Greatest growth. There will be some challenges which will bring in sudden gains for you from your in your career, is what I can see from this. Okay. Anitya Sahab, we have discussed about your conjunctions. Venus is in my 10th. Yes, we discussed that as well. I have Aquarius ascendant with Saturn in Libra and Venus and Mars conjunct in Aquarius. Saturn is in Libra and Mars plus Venus in Aquarius. See, we have discussed this. Mars plus Venus is a 10th lord conjunct the ninth lord, conjunct the fourth lord, conjunct the third lord. So these many energies are coming in here. Okay. And it has the trinal houses. It has trinal houses. See, Venus is ruling this and this, Kendra and trine. Mars is ruling Kendra and this house. Okay, so yes, it is a good combination, though this Rashi is not the one of the Rashi which is the Rashi just after the exaltation. Like Mars gets exalted here into the sign of Capricorn, and now it is the first sign after the exaltation, and it is conjunct with the trinal law. So yes, it has that Kendra and Trikon conjunction, so it can give you good results. So look for the time period of Mercury, excuse me, Mars and Venus. Now let us go in. Mohit Kumar Sharma. Mohitji, it's not possible to do the live reading with the birth details. I apologize. Sir, what will be the effect Sun, Mars, and Ketu not in conjunction in the sign of Virgo, 8th house, and Venus and Mercury in Libra, strong conjunction in the 9th house. Venus and Mercury in Libra and Sun, Mars, Ketu in 8th. Sun, Mars, Ketu, and Venus plus Mercury here. When we have Ketu here, Rahu goes here. Okay. And if you look at this, the first thing which really, excuse me, it's not an exchange, but sixth lord, eighth lord is having Mars in Mars, Sun, and Ketu. Okay. When you have Mars and Ketu into the 8th house of your horoscope, what it shows is you have to be careful and you have to be specific about your needs, is what I can see from this. And this combination of Venus and this is the combination of Venus conjunct the Mercury. Fifth lord conjunct with the ninth lord. So yes, it has that trinal and element to it. It has the trinal element to it. And what else? I'm not able to visualize it. Okay, yes, this is what I can see from this. I hope this has helped you. Next is Padmaja Manpati. Retrograde Jupiter, Saturn, and Ketu in 11th house, aspected by Mars from the 4th. Jupiter, Saturn, Ketu. Jupiter plus Saturn plus Ketu. Okay. When you have these three planets in here for Aquarius ascendant, it is coming as the 11th lord into the first lord into the 11th house, 12th lord into the 11th house, second lord into the 11th house, and 11th lord into the 11th house. So all these four lords coming in here conjunct Ketu. So you have to watch out for the time period of Saturn and Jupiter for the financial gains. Rishi Revant, 6th and 7th lord, 12th house for Aquarius, 6th and 7th lord in 12th house. 6th lord is moon, 7th lord is sun. Interesting. Okay. So when you have sun moon conjunction here, for Aquarius ascendant, it is creating a Viparit yoga because this lord of the 6th house is going into the 12th house and it is conjunct with the 7th lord. Okay, so yes, it is creating so it will give you good results with challenges because 6th house is also the house of challenges. Going into the 12th house, creating the Viparit yoga conjunct the 7th lord. Shiv Kumar, 8th lord and 7th lord exchange. What could be the effect? 8th lord and 7th lord exchange, what could be the effect? Okay. When a planet gets exchanged, it creates it strengthens both the houses. So when you have sun into the sign of Mercury here, and Mercury is into the sign of Sun conjunct Ketu. So more than this exchange will give you the strength. But more than that, you have to focus on this Rahu, which is sitting in the first house for you. You have to be yourself. You have to find your own dharma. And you should not waste your energies on this house. Focus on this house. And this is getting the strength by the exchange. Okay, so it can transform you into a better individual, a greater consciousness about yourself, is what I can see from this. I hope this has helped you. Okay, and if you have Rahu into the 7th house, conjunct that, you have to focus on the 7th house and not the self. And you should be focusing on this house if you have Rahu here. And you should appreciate the other person in your life. You should be grateful and always remember you need somebody. You need that other person in your life and you cannot do everything on your own. If Shani Parivartan between 4th and 12th house for Aquarius, and for any exchange, it strengthens the two houses. When it is between the 4th and the 12th, you will have a strengthening of your emotions. You will have a spiritual foundation. Okay, it will give you the emotional strength with respect to those two houses. Fourth house is the house of your heart, and 12th house is the house of your abstract and spiritual connections. Okay, 12th house is also the house of loss of energy and financial loss as well. So you have to look for these significations. Now let us go to the community tab. Sandeep Bharadwaj, will career and new job growth can be accepted during the particular time of conjunction? What you're talking about is the Muhurta concept, I think. We are talking about the, you know, the astrology for the persons, for the individual, for the Jatak, and not the Muhurta astrology. And I didn't get what conjunction you're talking about. Next is 199 Satya. Rahu and Sun, 7th Lord in 12th house Capricorn, 12th Lord Saturn in the 11th house Sagittarius. Will I get married? Sir, please give me a clue. I don't know. Because you have to look for, you know, the dashas and all other karakas as well. So it's not possible with just these placements. And the most difficult question to answer for any astrologer is whether you will get married or not, right? Because in any of the classical text, you will see the uh, classical text, you will see that if you have these placements, your spouse will be rich, your spouse will be beautiful, your spouse will be older, your spouse will be this, your spouse will be that. But there is hardly any clue whether a person will get married or not. It is the most difficult question. Okay, and again, if you're looking for a fulfilling relationship, then you can get married and that relationship won't work. Or if you cannot, you are not allowed to get married, and that works great for you, you do something phenomenal things for the society and so on. So it is, it has a deeper meaning to it than just getting married. So most of the times whenever I do the consultation of marriage, I always talk about the timing of relationship. I always talk about the timing of relationship, and I cannot tell you whether you will get married or not. Okay, in this day and age, you can simply get married anytime, but I cannot tell you that. Apologies for that. Priya Kumari, I am Aquarius ascendant. My fifth and seventh lord conjunct in the sixth house. Second and lord. Can I can I marry with my current partner or separation with my partner when I get a job? Priyaji, it's not possible to, really decode all these things here. My apologies for that. You can ping me on Instagram and we can talk about it. Padmaja Manpati, I think I have taken this question. The next question is ProTap case. Sir, this is about all ascendants. If you have a good yoga in your chart, which will help you to be successful in life, but you don't work and keep everything in hands of planets, then will the good yoga make you successful without you giving your own efforts? If anyone doesn't have any yoga for success in career, but they work hard taking the right way to approach, can they get success at any point of their life? Please reply. Beyond these planets is the God's grace. Okay, and all these planets only specify your own karma. These planets which you have exalted, debilitated, 12th house, 6th house, 8th house, 10th house, good, bad, strong, weak, whatever it is the result of your karmas. You had a free will, you still have a free will, but when you act with your free will, you have certain karmas get accumulated. Okay, and when you have a free will, your free will creates your destiny, and that destiny is difficult to alter. For most of the common man like you and me, it is difficult to change that destiny, whether it is good or bad. If I have a good yogas and I'm not taking any special efforts, or not mm, taking any efforts to change it, it is not going to change. So I will have a good chart. But if you have a challenging chart, and if you have the great will, with your self effort, with your intelligence, and with your higher belief, with this trine, with this dharma trine, the first yourself, your body, the fifth is your intelligence, your ninth house is your belief, is your belief in the higher self. This is the house just after the house of death. See here, this is the house of longevity, which is prolonging the death, or you can call it the house of death, and ups and downs, transformation. This is not only death, but death and rebirth. Okay, and after this, you have the ninth house of the horoscope here. Okay, and then it is, so with this trine, this dharma trine 1, 5, and 9, you can change anything. You can change your destiny. You can change your free will. You have the choice to act according to your will, but that will create your destiny further. Okay, and again, the intensity of that destiny, whether it's acute or whether it's you would be able to change it, depends, we don't know that gravity. Okay, so all this depends upon your free will. Okay, it's a whole different topic to talk about it, and this is my opinion, this is not the ultimate truth, this is what I have understood. Okay, so you should not take it as it is, apply your mind. And what I believe is God's grace is beyond all the planets. If you surrender to God, if you surrender to the you know God can help you. Okay, is what I always believe in, and God can change the destiny, is what I believe in, always believe in. Now let us talk. Okay, so yes, this was the Aquarius Ascendant, as much as I could hold, grasp, and share with you guys. If you want to know more about the Pisces Ascendant, tomorrow we are going to cover the Pisces Ascendant. If you have any question with respect to Pisces Ascendant, share them with the community tab. I'll be posting it right after this call. You can share your questions there. Sending you tons of positive energies, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next. Love and peace. Namaste.